Haircolor Confessional. I'm Angela.
I'm Christine.
This is Christine.
And we're in Mexico.
We're in Cancun, baby.
Woohoo.
Okay, so I can't figure out where I'm supposed to be looking. Right there, maybe?
Yep.
Okay. So we wanted to tell you a little about what happened before we actually got here because it's pretty awesome stories and fun. So Christine, you want to start?
Okay. So we went to Pat Green at Billy Bob's and we stayed up all night.
Saturday night, yeah.
Saturday night before we came to Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
And you picked me up around 4 a.m. So I barely had any sleep because I was wired to death. I mean...
Well, we got home from Pat Green around midnight. So we had an excellent time, but we knew we had to go to the airport the next morning. We had to be at the airport. Our flight was at 7:30. So we knew we had to be there around 5:30. Around 5:30.
2 hours before the flight left.
Yeah. So
and we were all wired anyways because we wanted to come to Cancun.
Yeah. So I pick her up from the airport. And I get there on time. Actually, I was a little early, I should say.
She was on time. Can you believe it?
I was a little early. Actually, it was a little early.
To you.
So I picked her up from the airport.
We did sleep on the plane, I have to admit.
Oh, yeah. But
full flight.
Okay, but wait. Before that, we're driving to the airport, and all of a sudden, my tire pressure light comes on. So you know that's what happens when you're on a time schedule, things happen. I was like, holy crap, my tire pressure light just came on. So I'm like, here, let's just stop on the way. We'll just stop at a gas station. So we stop at a gas station, and I get out and put my $2 worth of quarters, because I always keep quarters in my car.
And it's pitch dark.
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you that.
Oh, yeah. It's still dark outside. The sun has not been up yet.
It's not a good neighborhood.
Yeah, it's on the way to the airport, so... But, so I got out, put the $2 of coins in, and, went to go put it on my, and guess what? The little thing didn't work. Like, somebody had broke it off, and,
she wasted her quarters for nothing.
I was trying to make it work. I was, like, holding on, and I was, like, just, like, really, really trying, and didn't work. So I'm like, well, screw it, we'll go to the next one. So we go to the next one.
Hop in the car, go to the next one, and we're sitting at the light for like 5 minutes. And we see people like running the light, the red light.
I'm like, I'm not going to run the light. We'll just wait.
We'll just wait.
Finally, we get to go to the next gas station. Put my $2 coins in there. Same thing. I don't know what people are doing to these air tire things. Like, why? Why would you mess that up for someone else?
And then this random guy comes up to her and says, hey, you need some help?
Oh, by the way, I go, Christine, watch to make sure nobody walks up on us. And all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, hello. Oh, hello. No, thank you. Christine's like, oh, I didn't see him.
He came from nowhere. He was here.
Like, thanks.
Hurry up and air your tire. Let's go.
I'm like, okay, forget it. A little bit of air went in, but it wasn't all the way aired up. Anyway, we drove to the airport, went to the terminal, got out.
No, we missed the exit. We missed the terminal.
We did.
We had to go a little further.
We did miss the Terminal C exit and had to go a little bit around and then went back and then we parked, went in, checked in. All that was cool, easy, very easy to check in and all that.
But safety tip, you need to take a picture of where you're going to be. So when we come back, we know exactly where we're going to be.
Definitely take a picture of where you parked. I learned that a long time ago. Yeah,
and just cross our fingers when we get back to the DFW area that our tire is not flat.
Yeah, and also that we don't have to drive in snow because we hear that it is snowing in Fort Worth, and we're so sorry, you guys. We're out here in the beach and the 80 and above degree weather, and we really sorry, not sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
Okay, so we get to Cancun and we get through customs, and we had to carry on, so we didn't have to get our luggage. So we get through customs, then we get on our shuttle. I mean, a little bit of time, but still, we got to the hotel right about 12 or so.
I would say earlier.
Maybe a little bit earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really.
We checked in. We checked out this beautiful location, and it's absolutely paradise.
Yeah.
I mean, the water is so turquoise blue. And it's beautiful out here.
Yeah, so they let us, they held our luggage and stuff until they could check us in at like 3, but we still got we could take advantage of everything. They gave us a little wristband. You get wristbands. You can do whatever you want.
Don't lose your wristband.
Yeah, do not take this off ever until you leave. And so we get to use this for drinks, for food.
All inclusive.
Everything. And so, yeah, so that was cool. And let's see. Oh, at the airport, before we got, like right when we got off, there's all these people there, and they're like trying to talk to you. Hey, do you want this? Hey, do you need this? Hey, that. And our first instincts is to say no, 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 no.
Oh, yeah,
because everybody goes, don't talk to anybody. Don't talk to anybody.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
right.
So our first instinct is go, no, 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 no.
No, 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 no.
And I'm like,
we don't
hey,
want that.
and I'm like, but wait a minute. Wait,
Hey,
wait. So no, I go, Christine, let's listen to this guy because
we might get something for free, right?
Yeah, I'm like, hey, wait a minute. He sounds like legit. Like you know, Fernando was very legit.
He was.
I just have to say, if they get you at the airport, they're legit. So do it because you will get something for free. And we got something really cool for free. We got more than one thing for free, honestly.
Yes.
And we, oh my gosh, we had to put a $20 deposit down. Each of us.
So worth it.
And they gave it back to us.
Yes.
We got free breakfast at the Hard Rock Hotel.
At the Hard Rock
And we got a tour of the Hard Rock Hotel suite, which was amazing.
Yeah.
And then they gave us tickets to Coco Bongo, which is like the biggest nightclub.
And it's
here.
like $150.
We're gonna tell you all about that in a minute.
Yeah.
But it's like $150 per person to get in the door to get what we got. We got gold status.
Mm-hmm.
Gold status,
which means you get in and you get unlimited drinks and a great view in the club.
Oh, and also hamburgers and hot dogs if you want those. But we ate before we went, so we didn't
get balloons, but we didn't bring them.
They gave you balloons.
They were long and skinny.
It was a party, but we'll tell you about that in a minute. So anyway, we did get all of that, which was basically worth $300 plus a free breakfast and they picked us up and took us back. So Fernando at the airport.
Thank you.
Thank you. And talk to him because oh my
gosh. He
gosh.
even gave us a map of like where to go. But eventually
yeah, the map.
Thank goodness we knew where the heck we were kind of going.
Yeah.
Because we went on adventure after adventure after adventure.
Okay, so that was awesome. We get to the hotel.
So
we checked in. Thank you, Fernando. We appreciate it, Fernando. And then we talked to another Fernando too, actually. But okay, so when we got to the hotel, we were looking around. We left our bags, went outside, looked around. We got to eat a little bit. Then we saw this boat that kept going off and on. We were like, I'm like, hey, where do you think that boat?
Ferry.
Yeah, it was
like a yellow and blue ferry.
It was huge, like to fit like 150 people in there.
Mm-hmm.
Nice indoor. The inside was like super clean and air conditioned and like stained glass windows and stuff. It was really pretty. But anyway, it was one of those boats that kind of goes.
We're like, hey, let's walk that way.
Yeah, well, like let's go check out
hotel to hotel.
Let's go check out what that boat does. Okay, so we walked past like 3 hotels to get to that boat.
Tons of people on the beach.
On the beach, it was awesome. And then we had to walk through a motorcycle gang to get to that.
Right, and my purse got caught up in the motorcycle, so she keeps on going because she walks so fast, right?
Yeah,
and I was like, whoa.
I kept looking back going, come on, Christine.
And I'm laughing because
let's go.
I'm strapped onto this motorcycle, and these motorcycle dudes are looking at me like, what are you doing, gringo?
So Christine is about a foot taller than me. So her legs are longer, and I don't understand why she can't keep up. But anyway.
She is so darn fast.
I just walk fast. So we walk over there, and I'm like, hey, what does that boat do? And they're like, oh, let's tell you. We'll tell you what it does. So anyway, it goes to Isla Muretes. Isla Muretes.
I'm not even going to pronounce it because I'm going to butcher it.
As close as I can get to that. But it's a little island that's shopping, and they do all snorkeling, that kind of thing. Well, we were only over there for maybe an hour. So we didn't do snorkeling or anything like that.
No.
But we did see a bunch of shops. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah. So we get on the ferry. It takes us about, feels like 20 minutes, but it's probably 15 minutes. And we get to this area, and we're like, what are we going to do? I mean, do we get in a taxi? So we start asking people, like, literally, what do you do here? And one couple said that they snorkeled.
Yeah.
So, or no, they were diving.
There.
They were diving. So we were like, well, we're not diving. We're just coming here for about 30 minutes and checking the place out. Yeah. So we just keep going further, and then it kind of opens up into all these, like, alleys of different shops and stuff. And it was like, okay, well, let's just hop from, like, shop to shop and see.
So, like, right when you get off the ferry, everything was super expensive. And
they're selling purses and T-shirts, and Angela was trying to look for this nasal saline solution, or
and so I always use the saline solution on my nose, and when I go to, like, highly populated areas or anywhere different outside, if I'm outside all day at night before I go to bed, because it helps with allergens and also to keep you from getting sick. So I do that every night. So I can't travel with that if I'm just carrying a carry-on. So everywhere I go, I have to go to the grocery store or like a little convenience store, and everybody has it. But the first place I stopped, they went at $35. I'm like, no.
We're like, what? Pesos?
No, right?
American dollars?
No.
What?
I'm not paying $35 for that. So I kept looking at all the pharmacy shops, and I ended up finding it for $9.99. So
right, we went to 3 different pharmacies.
Yeah.
To find it.
So the second pharmacy we go to, I asked about the saline solution, and she's like, and she told me, and I think it was like it was like $25, and I was no, maybe 20. But anyway, I was like, I think I can find it for cheaper. So we kept looking.
We just kept going from place to place to place.
She didn't say anything. She just has this little menu of drugs that she slides over to us, like, want this? And she didn't say anything. She just pointed to it. Drugs, like anything and everything.
Pills.
Oh, diet pills. They had
diet pills were like $74 or something like that.
They had Adderall.
Like, get that cheaper in the United States.
Adderall. What else was on there? Oh my gosh, there was like 20 different drugs that we could have bought. No prescription necessary. Just like, of course, we didn't get anything. We're like, no, we don't really do that. We're good. We're good. We're high on life. We really are. So, well, and we've had a drink here and there.
Right. So then we go to the next little shop, and then we're looking at leather, and these purses are like $160, and I'm like, really? And he's like, all right, $130 for you.
For you. 130.
I was like, nah. And he's like, okay, what's your price? And I was like, 60?
Maybe 40?
Maybe 30? I mean,
what's the lowest you'll go?
This is real leather, right? And I'm like, but it's stiff.
Yeah,
it's stiff leather.
Yeah.
And then how do you condition it? I don't know.
Yeah,
we didn't buy it.
And then every time
but you did buy a cute little gift for your grandson, which is so adorable.
Oh my
and she got a great price for it.
I got the cutest little onesie for my baby, my grandbaby, and oh my gosh, it's so cute. Anyway, I'm not going to tell you about that because you probably don't care.
I got shot glasses.
But it was $9.99, and it was so freaking cute. I almost bought 3 of them.
I bought 3.
And you got that. Yeah? That's
I'm going to ignore the shit out of her too.
No. Okay, but we have to think about taking stuff back because we both just brought a carry-on. We both travel very light.
We were like, we are going to bring suitcases because we'll get them. I mean, they're going to get lost, right? So we just did carry on.
Yeah. So we're very light packers, and so then that also keeps us from buying too much.
Toiletries are staying here, and even probably my book is going to stay here.
Yeah. And I finished a book already while I was here, like on the airplane. So, but yeah, we'll just leave. We're not gonna. It's gonna keep us from shopping, which is great.
Okay, so we were only at this little town for maybe 45 minutes to an hour, and then it starts getting dark, right? And it gets
super dark,
sketchy. So we were like,
So like the boat ride back, it was completely pitch dark. We could not see out the window. Like that's how dark it was because we were on the water. We're like, I hope they can see where they're going.
Yeah, and there's so many people back at the dock when we started walking towards the ferry. Yeah. We're like, okay, we don't speak Spanish first of all. And then second of all, we don't know where we're going. And so we're asking these Spanish people, or Mexican people, and of course, they're not really comprehending what we're saying because they're speaking Spanish.
They're just looking at us, smiling and going, yes, yes, yes. We're like, no.
And then I get in the front of the line, and then she tells me to get back in the line. I'm like, really? So we get in the back of the line. But the ferry does come. We do get on there, and we're like packed sardines in the ferry. But this time, instead of being on the top of the ferry, we were in the middle of the ferry, and we were so tired.
Yeah, we were inside. So on the way there, we got a great view because it was bright outside, and we were on the top, on the outside. On the way back, we were inside, and it was pitch black because it was dark outside. So we get back to the dock. Everybody starts unloading, and we're like, this doesn't look familiar.
But we're following everybody,
yeah,
right?
everybody's just going, so we're walking.
Well, what do? You just follow people, right? So we get off the dock, and we're like, this doesn't look familiar.
Yeah, and I'm like, and then, okay, so there's all these people getting off, and then all of a sudden, everybody's gone. Everybody went to where they were supposed to go, except for us, and we're like,
okay,
wait,
so
where's
let's
our
just
hotel?
follow the beach, right? Follow the
So
sand.
I'm like, I think that's our hotel.
That's how we did it when we got to the dock.
We did walk the beach to get to the dock.
To get to the dock.
So
now we're gonna walk back.
I'm like, let's just go.
And it's dark outside.
I'm like, let's just go the way we came. Okay, let's just go the way we came. Well, okay, the way we came.
And she walks really fast, so I'm following her off the dock, literally. And then she's like, woo, 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 all the way, on the sand. And I'm like, okay, following her. Take my flip-flops off, and I got this, right? Got this.
So, okay, so I figure we'll walk the same way we came, right? But
nothing looks familiar.
That would have worked had they dropped us off at the same pier. But instead of dropping us to the left of our pier, they dropped us to the right of our pier. So we're walking the opposite way of where we should have been walking. So we start walking, and first of all, it's dark, nobody's on the beach, which should have been a clue.
Looks familiar. If I had mentioned that earlier, I'm like,
yeah.
Okay.
This should have been a clue to us, one, to not walk on the beach at night, and two, to not walk on the beach at night.
Because it's pitch dark.
So, and I told her when we got back, I was like, if they wanted us walking on the beach at night, like, because you can do that in Florida and California and Hawaii, but if they wanted us to do that, they probably would have had lights on the beach. Like, they could totally
But we
do that.
are in Mexico.
But we're in Mexico.
Cancun, Mexico.
So we probably shouldn't be walking on the beach at night.
Yeah. So we continue the walk,
Yeah.
and we go to the first hotel we see, and we do ask somebody, okay, where do we get to our hotel?
Well, first we walked through a restaurant.
Yeah, we did walk.
We walked through the outside part of a restaurant. It was a really small restaurant, but we were like, we're lost.
And we did see a couple they were in, a lady was in a wedding dress.
Oh yeah, they had a wedding at this small little venue restaurant.
And we saw them walking out.
We're like, congratulations!
Congratulations!
And then we saw the little love lights where they were standing and they got married and everything. So we asked the people at the restaurant, we're trying to get back to the Rue, and they're like, oh, Rue, that way. Okay, so I'm like, oh, we're going the right way.
Going the right way.
Okay, side note, there are 5 different Rue properties here.
Yes.
5.
And we think we're going the right way.
We didn't say Rue Cancun. We said Rue, and he said Rue.
We're going to Rue. So we continue on to the beach, right? And then we're like, okay, we're there. Because, the Rue has this big, gigantic red sign. And you're like, oh, there it is.
Can see it.
There it is.
We can see our hotel almost the whole time we're walking. Almost the whole time. Between it's so weird. It's like a mirage. It's like we can see it, but we can't touch it.
So we get there, right? And we finally are like, oh, we're the first one. And I'm like, nothing looks familiar. Nothing. I mean, the chairs don't look familiar. The building doesn't look familiar. The lights, the pool.
But I'm like,
the structure.
But everybody's wearing these.
Everybody's wearing these.
I'm like,
maybe
maybe we just haven't seen this part of the hotel.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, so the hotel's pretty big, right? We just haven't explored that much. We've only been here for less than one day.
So then we go eat. We go eat.
Yeah.
For free. Let me mind you, free.
Yeah.
We
Because
ate
we
for
had
free.
the red bands.
Yeah.
And then we started talking to this Kentucky, right? They're from Kentucky couple. And they were telling us they've been here since last Friday.
They're like, hey, are you going to see the Michael Jackson show tonight? And we were
and they're
like,
from the Corvette City in Kentucky. And I was like, never heard of it, but okay.
So they were like, you really should watch the Michael Jackson show tonight.
And
we're
of
like,
course I'm like, yeah, we're going. Yeah, we're going. We just passed that. Yeah, we're going. But then as soon as they left and we finished up our food and everything, we were like,
we're kind of tired.
We're so tired.
We had a glass of wine with dinner.
We had 2 hours of sleep. Okay, the night before.
Oh my gosh. By this time, we were pretty much delirious because we had only had, like, I fell asleep at like 2 a.m. because when I got home from Billy Bob's, I was just thinking, did I have everything packed? I want to make sure I wake up on time.
And I barely slept on the airplane.
Yeah, I probably slept 30 minutes, 45 minutes on the airplane maybe.
Okay, so we finally get to the reception area.
Yeah, because we're like, we need to go we're trying to find our room.
We go up to this lady, right, to the counter. And we go up to her and we probably look delirious and probably like, help us. So I said, can you help us? We're lost. And she just looks at us like, okay, what's your room number? And so we tell her, and then she's like, what's your last name? I go, and I give her my last name, of course. And I'm like,
she does the same thing.
I go, but I've got a red band.
We're like, look!
Red band. And she looks at us and she starts laughing. Like, not a little laugh, like a gigantic, like, you guys are crazy women.
Yes, you guys are at the wrong hotel. This is not the Rue Cancun.
Because there's 5 different hotels.
Yes, no. And we're like, how do we get back? To our hotel?
And she goes, the bus?
Yes.
We're like,
we walked that far?
Like the shuttle, right? We're supposed to like, you're providing the shuttle, right?
She goes, from one property to the next.
Public service.
No.
Public bus. And I'm like, okay, where is that? And she goes, across the street.
Yeah.
And she cannot stop laughing. At this part, she's delirious. And we're looking at her like, okay.
Okay, so we walk out of the property, walk down the property to the bottom to the street level.
And I'm like, oh, bus stop. No, Angela, we got to go across the street.
We got to go across the street, so because we're going that way. So she said, we got to go that way. So we go across the street. Oh. As soon as we walk across the street, we see the bus is coming.
Traffic is
so
going back and forth.
We have to run because the bus is coming.
We're like little chickens crossing the road.
Oh, yeah. No, like Frogger, because they do not stop for you here. They will run your butt over.
Yeah. So we finally get to the bus stop on the other side of the hotel, right? And then we get in there and we're like, how much does it cost? And he tells us, and I'm like, I don't have change. I have 500 pesos. Well, so we sit down in the chair, and all these Mexicans
we're trying to figure it out.
Are looking at us at the bus like, yeah, you gringos are nuts, right?
Okay, so.
And he's yelling at me because I need to pay him his pesos.
Oh, yeah, he really wanted them right then.
Right? And I'm like, do you have change for 500 pesos?
But he started going before we even sat. So he was worried about his money, but he also was like, I'm going. And so we sat down, and then immediately when we sat down, it was almost like, I was like, oh my gosh, like, I'm surprised this bus is even working. Like, talk about crazy. There was graffiti in the bus. And not like your typical bus ride. And
I tell her, I go, I hope we're not going back to the airport.
We don't know where this bus is going. All we know is we told him when we got on, Rue Cancun. But I don't really think he cared.
So then we go past Rue.
We're like, wait. And when we did that, the other people on the bus were like, wait. They yelled at the bus driver to stop.
Yeah, and we keep going past Rue.
Yeah, so we actually had to walk back again a little bit.
Yeah, and then finally I get up, right? And the bus is going. Oh no, the bus finally came to a complete stop, and he wants his pesos. And I'm like, here's my 500.
And then he starts going again.
And then the other guy, and then there are a couple, obviously everybody starts laughing at us, right?
Yeah,
and then this one man kind of sticks up for us, and he's like, no, they need to get off. So they make us walk out in the back of the bus, and there's a door, right? And Angela's already up the bus, and they're like, those dumb gringos. And I'm like, oh my gosh, get off the bus.
Yeah.
So we get off the bus, and we head back.
Yeah, we had to walk
to our hotel because we could see the big red sign.
Yeah, because it's a big red Rue sign, Rue Cancun. It doesn't say Rue Cancun, it just says Rue. Okay, to be clear on that, like and we're not that crazy, but
yeah, but we did have to stop in some of those markets, some of those shops. What else? What did we buy? Oh yeah, we bought. I bought a T-shirt. We got some sombrero.
we did a little shopping, but
we did.
So we had to walk probably I would say a quarter of a mile back to the hotel from where the bus driver stopped us, and then we walk up the hill, up the driveway to the hotel. We get in. We're exhausted and delirious, mind you. We've had 2 hours of sleep, plus we've been going since the moment we stepped onto the beach here. We get up to our room. And our door is open.
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger.
Like
so
this much open.
And we're like, oh my God.
We looked at each other like, oh no.
Somebody broke into our room.
That's what we thought.
And I hope nobody stole all my stuff, right? Because I mean, we would be so screwed.
Right. So we
opened the door.
It's dark. We're all like, Put the thing in the light, turn the light on.
Oh, yeah. And you're going to put the credit card into the little socket so that you can turn the electricity on.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't know that.
So we're looking around real slow.
Right,
where's our stuff? Is our stuff here? Make sure everything, because we carried our passports and everything with us. So everything important we had.
Did you steal my hat? Did you steal my dresses?
Right. Do we have clothes?
Steal my flip-flops?
I was like, well, we'll just have to shop again. I mean, if somebody does that.
Thank goodness. So apparently, in the United States, we're so accustomed to the hotel doors. As soon as you walk out of the door, it slams you in the butt. Yeah. Well,
they don't do it here. No.
Nope. Mexican hotel doors don't do that.
You have to make sure it's shut.
You have to shut it tight.
Yeah. So now, every time we leave, I turn back and look at Christine and say, "Did you shut the door?"
Shut it. Shut it. And then that'll do it, right? Okay. And then we feel secure.
Right. Yeah. And let me just say, we had the best night's sleep the first night we were here.
Woo-woo.
We both slept like a freaking rock.
And I got up early. Yeah, so I got up before her.
So
and I got a great picture of her, with the blankets over her head, right? I open the doors. I hear the ocean sounds. I mean, it's just, it's beautiful here. Oh my gosh.
So that was our first day here.
First day, right? Oh, okay. What are we going to do on day 2?
Oh, it only gets better. So, day 2. All right. Day 2 was when we got our appointment from Fernando at the airport, remember?
Yes.
He gave us something. So
10 a.m.
We had to be at breakfast at 10 a.m. So he comes to pick us up at our hotel lobby. They took us to the Hard Rock
Cafe.
Hard Rock Hotel.
Oh yeah, hotel. Yeah.
Hard Rock Hotel. Okay, so we get there. They walk us in.
And it's beautiful. If you guys have not been there,
gorgeous hotel.
I would suggest it.
I would totally stay there.
Yeah.
Especially in the suite, if anybody wants to pay for that, I would totally do that.
$5,000 for 7 nights.
For 7 nights, that's pretty good. But so we went and they gave us drinks, some mimosas for breakfast, and then they let us have this really good breakfast, I would say.
It was.
Really good breakfast.
I had mimosa I had watermelon juice.
Puree.
Yeah.
Like instead of orange juice, watermelon.
Yeah, it was
juice.
good.
It was so good.
And we just had to listen to their spill, right?
Yeah. So they're sitting there telling us about all the hotels and
the amenities
and if anybody's ever done one of those little presentation things for something free, then you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so I've done it before.
And so, I have too.
Yeah, so
a long time ago. I mean, you know what they're going to, okay, so you get a free breakfast, and then you have to listen to their whole spill about, why this is amazing, and he breaks it down into, he doesn't talk price, he just talks about the amenities all over the world, and how you can stay at these hotels for half the price. you've got like 50 times that you can go throughout your lifetime.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
and the whole time we're like thinking in our mind, okay, let's get this over
we
with.
got to get going because we had already booked an excursion, right? And it was going to be at 12 o'clock. So we had to leave.
12:30.
12:30. So we had to leave there at 12 to get to our hotel, back to our hotel at 12:30, so we can hop on a bus so we can go on our excursion.
Right. So we knew we had to leave there by 12. So we get looking at the time. Every 30 minutes, we're like, okay, we're good. Okay, we're good. Okay, we're good. And then we're like, oh crap, we gotta go. We gotta go. And
we gotta go.
So, and they were like,
and this
okay.
guy is not wrapping it up, right? He's just...
Well, okay, the first guy wrapped it up, and he's like, okay, so let me just tell you, let me go tell my boss that you're not interested, and he'll get your stuff for you. So the boss comes down, 30 more minutes. Okay, well, let me tell you, let me tell my other boss that we'll take you to get your stuff. Okay, we'll take you to get your prize.
So these properties are about, the package deals are like $90,000 to lock in to you know, go on your getaway trips.
To get 50
times.
50
weeks.
Of
so
wherever you want to stay.
$90,000. Okay, but we're on a sale because it's the last day of the month. So he's like, we'll cut it for like $45,000.
Yeah.
And since we're together, we can, you know, split it 25 and 25.
Oh yeah, he's doing us a really good deal. Let me just say.
And I'm looking at him like, you're high on crack. Okay, so you want me to give
We don't have 20,000 right now to give you because he wanted.
Not a cheap, cheap Caribbean trip.
Plus,
we paid less than $1,500 for both of us, and this guy is wanting us to spend $45,000.
Yeah, we're like
to lock in.
Yeah, thank you, but no, and we have to go.
Well, we gotta go because we have to leave.
Yeah, we have to go.
And we can't really tell them that we're going on an excursion because Fernando will get in trouble and he won't get his commission from the airport.
Yeah, he goes, don't tell them that you're not.
So we're like, we're going to the day spot. We have an appointment.
Yeah.
12 o'clock, we gotta leave. But the guy's not wrapping it up. So eventually he brings his manager. The manager tries to give us a new spill, new spin. Okay, what can we do to accommodate you and get you walked into this, you know?
We're like, there's nothing you can offer us at this point. We gotta go.
Zero. So we forgot to mention that when we bought this excursion, while we were walking around the first day we were here, we bought an excursion for ziplining, ATV, and to see the cenotes. Yes.
Which is like underneath caves underneath with the water. And
and a little bit of food too.
Yeah, they fed us. But when we bought
it, feed us.
Yeah, and when we bought that, so the guy we bought it from, his name was Fernando too.
Everybody's Fernando.
Yeah. So while we were doing this tour thing, Fernando calls. He has both of our numbers. He called her, but she was on airplane mode. And then he called me, and he's like,
everything sucks the life out of my battery here.
He's like, just a reminder. He left me a voicemail. Just a reminder. You have to be here at 12:30. Yeah. They're picking you up. Okay. So then I got my voicemail, and I was like, crap, we gotta go.
And then it's 12:30 at the Hard Rock
12:30 when we leave the Hard Rock
Hotel.
So I call Fernando back and I go, Fernando, we're on our way. We're like in the taxi.
I'm like, we're gonna lose our excursion.
He goes.
We paid $95 to be on this excursion per person, which is a good deal because it was $150, but he knocked it down. Oh, and actually he gives a little more of a discount too. But
yeah.
So she's on the phone with him.
I'm like schmoozing him the whole way. I'm like, okay, Fernando, I'm so sorry. Yes, it just took us longer. And yeah, we're on our way. Like I can literally see the hotel.
Taxi.
I can see the hotel. Well, we're right there. We're right there, Fernando. Please don't leave us. You know, like can we do it? Well, maybe okay if you're gonna leave us. Well, can we do it the next day?
Can we do it tomorrow?
And he's like, no, you can't do it the next day. Today, you paid today. You got to go today. And I was like, okay, well, we're almost there. 5 minutes, I promise 5 minutes. I mean, oh my gosh, I was on the phone with him for like literally 10 minutes.
And I'm like, oh, that sucks.
She's just sitting there quiet going, oh my gosh.
She better work this.
Like,
I know, please, I want to go to the cave. Oh.
So we finally get there.
we get to the hotel. And he's like, yes.
Yeah.
Fernando was still there. Our shuttle was still there. And of course, then we get onto the shuttle and we're like, we're so sorry, we're so sorry, we're so sorry.
Well, there was only one other couple on there.
And they're probably looking at us like, you just made us wait 15 minutes.
Right. They had to wait 15 minutes for us, so that
And we're
sucks.
like giggling and laughing, and of course then we're like, we gotta change out of our clothes, right? On the van.
I mean, we
Or the
had our
shuttle.
bathing suits on under our clothes, but we had dresses on to go to the Hard Rock for breakfast over our bathing suit. So we
we did bring a bag so
Yeah.
that we can change.
so we took she took the backpack and
So I'm taking off my dress,
We're
I'm
like-
putting on my t-shirt, putting on my shorts.
as the van's going down to pick up the
We're
next
wobbling
people,
on the van.
we're like changing in the van, and then
And then we're like, how long is this ride? And the guy goes, an hour.
okay. So we had breakfast and drinks, and we didn't have a
We
chance
had
to
to
stop
go
to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, we had to go to the
We
bathroom.
were like, oh my God, we
have
don't
to
know if
wait
we can
an
hold it for
hour
an
to go to
hour.
the bathroom.
We don't know.
Okay, so then we pick up a couple other people. In that group, there was a lady that it was her birthday, so we're like, woo woo, happy birthday! You're gonna be my new best friend. So we finally, I don't know, 30 minutes later into the trip, we stop at this gas station. The guy goes, you got to go to the bathroom, and we're like, bongo,
Yes, thank
right?
you.
So a couple of us get off the shuttle, and we go to the bathroom, and then there's this Mexican lady that is like asking for
Yeah.
five pesos
per person
right? And there was
to use
3
the
of
restroom.
us, and Angela didn't have any pesos, and the birthday girl didn't have any pesos, and I'm like, oh, I have pesos. Of course, I have 500 peso bill, and I have a 200 peso bill, and I've got like little coins, and then I like pour out all my change, and I've got 5 pesos per person, and I'm like, and then the birthday girl is like, you gotta pay to go to the bathroom, and I go, oh, you gotta squat too.
Yeah, so we had to pay
No
to go
toilet
back.
seats. Sorry.
But then we got to the place that we did our excursions, and our guy Christian, it was our little tour guide.
Yes.
He went with us on all 3 things. And let me just say that if you work for the Jungle Kingdom tour place, you're having a lot of fun every single day.
Could you imagine
Every
working
single
there
day.
every single day?
They get to
zip
zip line,
lines,
ATVs, and get
horse riding, and the caves.
every day. Every day you're
You're
having
like
fun
monkeys
every day.
going back and forth.
Yeah, every day.
Okay, so I'm totally scared of heights, right? And so Angela here convinces me that we've got to do zip lining. And I'm like, I have never zip lined in my life. So, okay, I'll be adventurous. I'll take one for the team. So they strap us in this gear, and I'm like, and the man is like, oh, no, you pull that up. Pull those straps up. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Put us on.
Yeah.
Get our little
Put it
harnesses on.
That was fun. So we did
And
zip
we
lining
do
first.
have a videotape for that.
Oh yeah, we did zip lining first, so you'll have to watch it right here.
Let go! See those?
Yep. Screaming all the way down.
Yes.
And then I think we did it 4 times. And then
kept getting
eventually-
higher and higher.
Yeah. And then the last one, they had us going upside down. We were pros. I don't know about this.
You are a new person now.
Yeah. So she loved zip lining, didn't you?
I
love
do.
zip lining?
I really did.
Yeah.
I felt like kind of like a monkey, especially upside down.
So then we get on these ATVs. Let me just say that mine was a ghetto ATV. Like, I'm surprised that it even ran because it was all rusted out. One of the things on the side and the back was coming up, and I could barely have any steering. Like, the steering was totally out. I mean, I would just, if I was going fast, I could
reminded
do
me
it,
of
but
bumper cars.
slow, no.
I had a big tire in the front, and I was behind Angela. And I forgot that, the steering, the handlebars have brake and, a go button. And so I would just be, in my own little world. And then all of a sudden they'd stop and I go, bam, right.
She was right behind our tour guide. And so she ran into him a couple times. Like, every time he just turned around and
It
looked
was
at her
like
and
bumper
smiled.
cars. I mean, come on now. I was like, stop and go. I'm going 8 miles per hour.
Okay,
Can we go 20?
But keep in mind, there's like 10 of us. So he has to make sure the last person's coming. So he
I
just
know.
kept turning back around, looking, make sure everybody's still coming.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that. It was a little muddy. It wasn't as bad as
Yeah.
what we thought.
I had white shorts on, so I mean, I was like, oh, this is gonna be bad. But
Wasn't
no,
too
it wasn't really bad.
No,
and
we-
the trails were good. I mean,
Yeah, there was a little bit of water, but
I
no.
think the only part of it was that they just kept stopping and going. It was like, can we just go on the trail? Come on.
Well,
And we're in first gear, so I mean, you're 8 miles. You're going 8 miles per hour, and you're in the first gear. Come on, can we go in the third?
well, we have ridden ATVs and like motorcycles our whole life, pretty much. So, but
Yeah,
then
so
some
I
people
know how to
haven't,
do the
so they
clutch.
didn't
I know how to turn it on. I know how to stop and go.
Yeah.
And this dude's like,
But to be
was
fair,
bad.
there was a girl behind us that kept dying, and she didn't know how to like start.
Yeah. And we are in the jungle, right?
Oh,
but
yeah,
it looks
totally.
like brush in Texas.
You can't see through.
No, you
You can't see through 20
But
feet.
we didn't see any animals. We didn't see any
No.
monkeys. We didn't see any,
No,
wildlife.
No.
We really didn't. We didn't
No.
even see a turtle.
no. Well, on the way there, let me just say that the people in the van were like, "Where are we going?" Like nobody has cell service.
Right?
We're like,
Yeah.
this could
So
be a
even-
bad movie.
Right? Because even if you kidnapped me, I couldn't even get back to the road.
We would
because
have no idea where to go.
We're in the jungle.
We were literally deep in the jungle.
Couldn't even mark it.
No. One of the girls was like, "I'm gonna start marking these trees." We were like,
They were
good
adorable.
luck.
They were from
Good
New
luck.
York, and
Yeah.
they had so much fun, and we
Yeah.
had a blast with them.
Yeah.
Of course, we have a blast with everybody.
Okay, so
Yeah, and so then after that, we went to the cave.
yeah,
People were jumping
Oh.
off the little cliff into this round, circular area, I guess, and they were jumping down into the cave.
We just walked down and
Yeah,
went
we
in
just
there and
walked-
looked around, and it was really pretty.
It was really, it was pretty.
Yeah.
We had some homemade tequila and.
Oh yeah, that was really good too.
that
We
was
tasted
fun.
little tastings of it, different flavors: coconut, strawberry. What was
Yeah.
your favorite? They had coffee,
Yeah, I like the coffee, and I definitely like the
mango.
coconut.
I think my favorite was coconut, but they had mango, strawberry.
Yeah, it was good. Oh, and then we had that bartender that made us a mango
Oh yeah, we got a mixed frozen drink.
frozen
That
drink,
was
and that was
really
good.
good.
And they made us some tacos.
The
And the hot
tacos
sauce
were
was so hot.
Oh gosh, it was habanero hot sauce.
Woo!
And
I mean,
I'm
my
like,
mouth
I
was-
got it. I love hot sauce. We eat
From
hot
Texas,
stuff all the
who
time.
cares? Yeah,
we're
big deal.
good.
We got this.
After the third taco,
We
we're
didn't
like,
get this. No,
oh my god.
we did not get this.
Didn't we bring water? We thought we brought water. She's like, oh yeah, it's in my backpack. I'm like,
I
oh,
pull
yeah.
out 2 brand new bottles, and I'm like, here you go. She's like, why didn't we have this 20 minutes ago? I was like,
Yeah. So yeah,
It
that
was
was our
fun.
excursion. It was great. And then
It was. And then we had to get back on the shuttle, and we go all the way back, and it was the longest hour and a half because there was traffic, because it was, the sun was going down and people were going home. So yeah, we got stuck in traffic. An hour and a half later, we get
we
off
are so
that.
exhausted by this
Ooh.
after all that. We're just like, oh my gosh.
But we got our second win when we came
We
back to
did.
the hotel.
So, okay, so we came back to the hotel and we were like I'm thinking in my mind literally like I would be okay not going tonight to Cocobongo. Honestly, because
But we worked so hard to get into the Hard Rock Hotel.
okay, so then the more I thought about
2.5 hours spill? I'm going to Coco Bongo.
the more I thought about it, the more I was thinking, okay, so the tickets are $150. We got 2 free ones. We kind of need to go and check it out, but we don't have to stay
And we
that
don't
long.
really
We don't
know what
want
we're
to.
getting into.
I mean, we're like, we could just go in, check it out, leave whenever we want. We don't have to stay very long, right? So we get there, and it's this big old production out in front anyway.
And it just gets better and better.
So you start walking through. Everything's lit up. There's lights everywhere. You're going through this tunnel with lights. You're going up this escalator with lights. You're going through this way with lights. And each place is like cooler and cooler. And then you get up the escalator to the top to a bar. Okay, so we go to get drinks, and we're like, okay, we order our first drink. Like, we might as well order them now. Here.
Right.
And
We
then
had no idea there was a bar on every, obviously there's a bar on every level.
Yeah.
But the level that we were on, we had such a perfect view
Yeah.
of the laser show. It was like, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. It was like crack.
So, well, when they gave us the tickets, they did not tell us that
Free drinks?
They didn't tell us free drinks. So when we got our first drink, we're like, how much is that? And they said, oh, no, don't worry about it. And we're like, oh, you're doing us a solid. Woo! We don't have to pay for this one, right? Just tip us. So, okay, so then we go up, and then I'm like, let me just look up what we have for the VIP Gold, where our wristbands.
I had no idea.
And then it said free food and free drinks, complimentary drinks. And I was like, oh my gosh, we have complimentary drinks here. That's why he was like, just tip us, like he wasn't just doing us a solid. He was like, that's what you get with what you get. So we're sitting there watching. So before we came over to Coco Bongo, she was waiting in the lobby while I was trying to go to the ATM, and these two guys had said something about Coco Bongo, and that the show was at like 10:30 and 1 a.m. We were like,
are you going to be there at 1? And I'm like,
no,
probably not.
Probably not. But we were going to be there at 10:30. So when we get up there, we're sitting down, and it's a laser light show, like definitely when you go see a DJ somewhere in the States. Super awesome laser light show. Music,
I would highly recommend this place.
the music was awesome. Okay, so we just thought that was the show. That was the show.
We had no idea what the show was.
So we're sitting there. All of a sudden, it's like 10:30.
And it builds up.
And Elvis shows up.
Yeah. So you've got the screen of Elvis, right, singing. And then you actually have an actor that comes up on stage.
Flying up in the air, on this platform.
Right? And then he's singing.
Yeah.
And then he's got
I don't know if he's really singing. He might have been lip
He was
syncing.
mocking. Yeah. But.
Okay, but and then also, I should say this, that they were showing all on the screen the Elvis from the new movie of Elvis, which I said
was so
is almost
cool.
It was cool. Okay.
It was
but
super cool.
Almost blasphemous because they didn't show any of the old Elvis, which is he is actually the king, not the new guy. Of course, I love the new guy. The movie was great.
Yeah, the movie was great.
But still.
Yeah.
Anyway.
They also did Pirates of the Caribbean, and I mean
it was literally music
and these guys
and a
were
show.
in the air like doing acrobats and then like doing sword fights. It was just insane.
Yeah.
The show got better and better as the time went on.
Yeah.
And we were in awe because it was like, how can we leave, right?
It was like musical and then discotheque.
Yeah.
Musical, discotheque. Musical, discotheque.
It's like they
musical,
definitely drew you in. And
you couldn't leave.
No.
You could not leave.
It was like crack. I mean, it was 12 o'clock and we were like, we can't leave. We got to see what's next.
Something else
What else
coming
is
out.
happening? I mean, and it would be like, Mexican music and then American music and then Mexican music and then like,
theatrical musical going on.
Stuff going on. I mean, it just was unreal.
And then they showed people in the audience dancing, and they showed this one girl, and she was doing her
They
thing.
did even Moulin Rouge. I mean, it was like, damn, they got it down.
When they were panning through the audience, and they showed this one girl that was dancing, and she had this little top on that was really cute. She was dancing, and all of a sudden they did this blow thing, and her top went up above her head.
Titties and all. We were like,
out. We were like,
everybody in
the
that
whole place was like, oh my god. She was like, oh my god.
She did. She went like that, and then like 30 seconds later, they were back to the music.
I said, that poor girl is scarred for life.
It was crazy.
But yeah, if we hadn't set a timer, like we're gonna leave here at midnight, we would have literally stayed. Like, I can see how people stay till 5 a.m. because that's how long they're open. But yeah, it's just one thing.
We were like, we gotta go.
Yeah, we totally
now. Or we're gonna get in trouble.
Yes, we gotta go. And we're like, okay, let's go. And then the weirdest thing when you go out is knocking on our door. The weirdest thing when you go out is
they don't want you to leave.
they don't want you to leave.
I think somebody's knocking at our door.